Here it is. What's up, everybody, including Lottie Dottie? It's your boy Retro, Mr. Retro. Um, and today I'm doing a few things. Just got done doing the yard, so please excuse. Uh, yeah, but today is the day we go ahead and see about getting this girl a little point, showing her as much love. As you can see, it's got a little two barrel on it, a little two barrel grater, and so what I need to do is take it off, and then we are going to rebuild it. I got the kit that came in. The kit been in for a while, and I just hadn't had the time to get around to doing it. Um, I was going to have someone do it, and that didn't see if this will work any better. Anyway, long story short, man, I ended up doing it myself. See, when it comes to me, it's not so much that I can't do what needs to be done, but so anyway, I just finally just said, you know what, I'm gonna do it myself. You ever heard the saying, if you want it done right, do it yourself. And I'm not gonna say 100% done right, but anyway, it's not like this is over my pay grade. This carburetor's got a lot of small little parts, and so that's gonna be pretty tedious of sort. But at the end of the day, we're just gonna take our time and uh, and just get it done. My little Volkswagen runs good. Again, it's a 1978. How many original miles? I don't even know. I had the motor redone as well as the transmission several years ago. And man, the guy who did it, he worked for one of the local race teams. The guy who did the transmission, and he told me straight up. He said, "Look, this transmission is going to outlive this whole bus." And so he went above and beyond when replacing components of the transmission because his thing was longevity. It doesn't make any sense to pay him twice to do what needs to be done. So pay once, you might pay a little bit more. But again, we were replacing it with our race parts and stuff to make they last. And so this here is the fun part, if you want to call it fun. But I don't know if any of you guys are Volkswagen lovers, but I am. I've had several Volkswagens. Let's see here. And it's this part here way in the back that is going to be the issue. So I was trying to save a step, and I still may. Let me see if I can get to it. Of course, you can't see in there, but all right. So I'm not gonna be able to save that step. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and take this whole assembly off. How was your Sunday, your Resurrection Sunday? Hopefully it was enjoyable and relaxing and all that good stuff. I know mine's it's been good so far. Come on. There we go. All right, so we got that off, and I'm gonna have to go and get a flathead to uh, to take this other piece off. And let me see. So let's see here. Looks like somebody retracted. Number one Husky lover retracted their message. Raphael, hello. How are you? I got all kind of stuff in my hair because I just got done doing the lawn, cutting the lawn. Um, so carburetor rebuild is what we're up to. I should have just taken it off before I start the video because now I got to go run and get some tools. So y'all watch that for me, okay? I'll be right back. Let me see. Bada boom, Oh, you know what? I got some in the bike. So let me grab that. Gotta give a what's up to everybody, including Lottie Dottie, and say thank you for pressing play. I'm gonna snatch this carburetor out of here real quick. It shouldn't take too long. Here we go. Should not take too long, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we'll go ahead and snatch this thing out and get it rebuilt so that I can start driving it. Now she drives as is. I can still get in it and drive it, but what happens is it goes to putting on me because the carburetor's so old and it's sat for several seasons, and just over time these old carburetors need to be addressed. They don't make gas like they used to. C1s, what's going on, man? We are sitting here working on the old bus, and I told myself that this year I was gonna you know, focus on some other things as well. Normally you guys catch me doing videos on the bike, from the bike, with the bike, etc., etc. But I've got a few classics, guys, a few projects, and so again, this year I said I was gonna show them some love as well, spread the love around. You know what I mean? And I've got an old '69 dually dump truck. It look a mess right now, but that project there is gonna be awesome. We're gonna turn it into a motorcycle hauler. We're gonna take off the flatbed and put a regular dually bed on it from a 90s model GMC, and it's gonna be a nice little sleeper, and we'll use it to haul motorcycles and stuff like that. So, and then, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the Retros Nifty 50, Iffy 50 Classic coming up. So if you don't know, I picked up a 1975 motorcycle, I guess back in the winter, some time ago, some months ago, and I'll be 50 this year. And so the plan is to ride a 50-year-old motorcycle across Route 50, all the way across the country. And so I found out that the motorcycle that I have is not going to do it. It's not going to make it. Engine seized up on it, and of course it can be fixed. Anything can be fixed, but I don't know if I want to dump that kind of investment in a KZ400, because even after I'm all done fixing it, what kind of value will it have? Not much. So so right now I think I've been looking for a Harley, you know, and so we'll see what's going on with that. So if any of you guys are watching, know of someone selling a motorcycle, Harley Davidson in particular, 1975 or older, please let your boy know. I am interested, and it doesn't necessarily have to be running, but if it's not running, the price needs to reflect that, because we got less than a year to find one and get it going and worthy of a cross-country tour. And if any of you are interested in riding along with us on this tour, then again, let us know, man. I think we're going to be calling it the Retros Iffy 50, Nifty 50 Classic. We'll tinker around with the title or the name, and keep you guys posted on that. But we'll be talking about that more and more. So let me see if I can get these boots off. You got to be careful with these boots. Of course, I did replace these just the other day because what was happening was, again, the bus was sputtering and doing all kind of, putting, and I knew it was the carburetor, but when I took the carburetor off, I realized that number one, I had tore one of the boots because they were so fragile and brittle, and so the bus had parked after that. I just left it parked for a while, and finally got around to saying, you know what, this bus don't deserve to be sitting like this. So I went and ordered the parts that I needed. Actually, I didn't order them. I just went and got them from Guy Roberts out in Newton, I think he's in Newton, North Carolina. And so he had them in stock, the parts that I needed. And but as I was talking to him, he said that it might not be the carburetor, because if these boots were bad, then it was going to mess up the gas and air mix, and that could have been the problem, because it, very possible. And okay, all right. So, oh snap! I forgot about my gas line. Come on, Retro, rookie move. So I replaced those boots, and the crazy thing is once I replaced the boots, the thing run like a champ, man. I was like, okay, so it was just those boots, and it ran for about like 2-3 weeks with no problems. And so I'm like, oh man, that's what's up. Only to start doing the same thing again. So I think after it's sitting for so long, all the debris kind of probably caked up to the bottom of it. But as I begin to, run gas through it and drive it, and I think that stuff just kind of started breaking loose and then clogging up the jets or whatever. And so I said, all right, there's no way around it. Let me just go ahead and get the car rebuilt. If I had your money, I wouldn't rebuild it. I'd just replace the carburetor. And but since I don't got your money and I got my little bitty money, I'm gonna go ahead and rebuild it and go from there. It's a good chance I may have to replace the fuel pump as well, because sometimes that junk can gook everything up and get in the fuel pump as well. Now granted, I do have a fuel filter in the line, one before the fuel filter, one after the fuel filter, and I think I got 3. One before the fuel filter, because the thing is, the story with this bus is, let me see, I still got something connected here. Oh, vacuum line. So I was driving this bus, I had the motor and stuff redone and everything, and the way I did that was I had the guy rebuild it at his shop, and then I went and picked it up, put it in myself, right? And I didn't hook up that vacuum line. I didn't know it was supposed to be hooked up. So I had been driving my bus for a long time with brakes was just horrible. You really have to stand up on it to stop it. And then finally I took it in for another reason, to get something else done, to a guy out in not Lexington, Lenore. Yeah, a guy out in, I think it was Lenore. But anyway, he hooked up the thing. When I went to pick up the truck, I had excellent brakes. I was like, yo, what do you do? And he explained to me what he did. So this is what this little 2-barrel looks like, guys. So I'm gonna get it over here on my table and tear it down and replace it. I got the kit inside, so it's easier. So this is these little bolts here, but as you can see, that bolt, it was in the back, and there's almost no way I was gonna be able to get that out without seeing it, because you see how close it is. I don't know if you can see it or not, but how close it is right there. So it's gonna be much easier with it out, because this here, this is not part of the carburetor. This is the part of the manifold system. So we'll go ahead and I wonder if I should. No, I'll just go ahead and take that off. I was saying maybe I should leave it on as a to use it to, but I'll just take it off as soon as I find my wrench. What did I do with my wrench? So I was telling you guys something just a second ago. I don't remember what I was telling y'all. Anybody remember what I was talking about? Um, but anyway, I was telling you about the brake. He hooked up the vacuum, but there was something else I was going to tell you before that, and I don't recall. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let me see if I can. Man, what did I do with the wrench? Boy, if that ain't my story. I've been losing stuff quick, fast, and in a hurry. I know I didn't put it back. I used it just a second ago to pop the thing off. All right, something tells me that I'm gonna go ahead and start this carburetor, rip it down. Gonna give me something to eat, and something tells me I'm not gonna finish this tonight, which will be fine. I'm not in a rush. I need to take this whole motor out and drop my gas tank because my gas gauge doesn't work, and so I'm gonna have to replace the float. It's not extremely difficult, but it will be somewhat time consuming. But so that's that. Let me see here. How can I? Oh, here it is, right here. Oh, there we go, big dog. My dad. Anytime I pick up a wrench, I'm reminded of my dad, my old man, and because he used to tinker around, and he actually went to school, and even in the service, he did some diesel mechanic work, and he wasn't a master mechanic, but he did his thing. But anyway, my point is, he was always my inspiration to work on cars and different things like that. Um, he made it familiar enough for me to not be afraid to get my hands dirty, if you know what I mean. There are some guys who, they got to take it to the shop if they need to get their air pressure checked. And dang it, this one is in a real tight spot, and it's because of this here. Okay, there we go. It was because of the throttle spring or whatever you call it. But yeah, so my dad, man, it's a cool dude, man. I miss him dearly, bro. Miss him dearly. Uh, but he would always be out there working on something, changing the oil, or you know. I never seen him do no major tear downs or anything like that. And just like that, the carburetor comes loose. Be sure not to lose these little washers and stuff. And I'm gonna run up to the AutoZone store because I'm out of brake clean, and since I got it apart, I want to make sure I clean up all these little parts and stuff. And look at that. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a 2-barrel carburetor, and she's pretty gooky in there. So you can only imagine all the little jets and stuff. All it takes is a little bit of dust, speck to get in there, and it'll clog them little jets up. So I'm gonna get a piece of cardboard so when I start taking this thing apart, I can lay out all my parts and take pictures and stuff like that. So I'll make sure I put it back together the way it came. Because I don't know about you, but typically I'm known to be having extra parts when it's all said and done. And, everything is supposed to go somewhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, it is your boy Retro. And I'll put up a video once I get her done and running. Like I said, she runs. And for her age and everything, she runs pretty good until what I believe the carburetor starts sucking up the dirt and debris. And then she go to, like she's running out of gas. And so we're going to take care of that today. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll take care of that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and saints, everybody, including Lottie, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You never know what you're going to get here on the Retro Philosophy Show. One day I'm working on my bus, working on the bike, working on the lawn. I mean, welcome to my life. We don't mind sharing parts of it. Oh, with you wonderful folks. Let me see if I can do this real quick. My carport's a mess, guys, but so don't judge me on it. It's a Westphalia edition, which means it's a camper, and so so if you see this bus riding down the road, make sure you throw up the peace sign and show your boy some love. All right, talk to y'all soon.